Warning, warning.
Hackers and thieves are out to get your Bitcoin, so do not start investing in crypto until you watch this video. The cryptocurrency space is growing and changing at a rapid rate, and it is still in the early phases of its development. But many investors are betting that blockchain technology and crypto assets are the future of our financial, legal, political, and social systems, and they are looking to invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and other crypto assets. But before you invest your money into cryptocurrency, there are several things you need to do first to keep yourself safe before you make that first trade. And in this video, we will go over the 15 things you need to know to not only keep your cryptocurrency safe from thieves and hackers who want your coins, but also keep your crypto safe from yourself. Because user error is one of the biggest ways to lose money with crypto.
We must proceed with caution.
And before you click off this video, because it isn't the sexiest of topics to cover, it's an important discussion to have for a few reasons. One is hackers are working 24/7 trying to figure out ways to steal your crypto assets, and we as cryptocurrency investors are big targets for them. Number two is, unlike banks or other financial institutions, there isn't a central governing body that will ensure your investments, meaning you are totally on your own if something should happen. Number three is user error is a big reason many people lose their investments. Trust me, I know from experience. And it's something you can guard against if you take your time and follow the proper steps. And number four, no one likes to have to take a few extra minutes to perform mundane tasks, but once theft or error happens to you, those few extra minutes could save you hundreds of hours in grief and frustration, as well as thousands of dollars in lost capital. So let's begin with tip number one, and that is to invest in a password notebook. That's right, good old-fashioned paper and pen is an essential tool for your cryptocurrency security, because you want to store all of your passwords, account information, key phrases, wallet addresses, and other crypto-related information off the network where hackers can't access them. I have this password notebook that I got for a few bucks off Amazon, and I store this in a fireproof safe. Not only does this keep my information off the network safe from hackers, but is also easily accessible to my wife just in case something happens to me and I want her and my family to know how to access all of our investments. Knock on wood. But if you are absolutely dead set against paper and pen, then at least use a password manager to help you come up with and store passwords for all of your accounts. There are many out there like LastPass, Keeper, and 1Password, but keep in mind, by using an online password manager solution, you are still at risk from hackers. But it will still help you with tip number two, and that is to use unique, long, and secure passwords. In your notebook, you are going to store long, complex, and random passwords for all of your accounts. Your password should be at least 16 characters long and should have a mixture of uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and special characters in a random pattern. Also, you should not use the same password more than once, which means each application you use should have its own unique password that you write down in your journal. So now that we've talked about passwords and password safety, let's talk about your computer or laptop. And tip number three is to make sure you have your computer password protected. Make sure that anyone that uses your desktop or laptop has to type in a password before they can use it. And this password should follow the guidelines we discussed in tip number two. All right, tip number four is to make sure you have anti-malware and antivirus software installed and running on your computer system. This will help protect your computer against malicious attacks. I use a program called Avast, and it's a program that our IT company recommended and installed on our system, and there's a paid for as well as a free version of this software. The links are in the description if you want to check it out. But there are dozens of good software programs out there, so do your research and go install one on your computer. All right, tip number five is to use Keystroke Encryption software. When you use your computer to access your exchanges or other crypto programs over the internet, you typically enter your login details, such as your username and password, to access your accounts. And even though you installed a good antivirus and anti-malware program on your computer, hackers are devious and they can sometimes outsmart this software. Some types of malware are designed to capture your computer keystrokes, and hackers can use this to retrieve your passwords and other login details from sites you visit. So you can take your computer security to the next level by installing a program that encrypts the keystrokes when you type on your keyboard, making it harder for thieves to steal your login information. A program that I use is called Key Scrambler by QFX software, and this is an easy tool to install and use. But there are other programs out there, so again, make sure you do your own research. Tip number 6 is to make sure your network is secure. This means set up a secure password for your home network, and if you can, change the password that came standard with the router you're using, and use the guidelines for your password that we discussed in tip number 2. And if you are using a laptop in a public place, consider using a VPN for added security. Tip number 7 is to set up a dedicated cryptocurrency only email. This email address should be a unique handle that you haven't used anywhere else, and the best practice is to make sure it's a random address. So for instance, if you use sally123@gmail.com for all of your personal and business related activity, do not use sally123 for your new email address. This email address will only be used for all crypto related activity, and it shouldn't be used for anything else. Also, don't give this email address to anybody, and especially don't use the same email address that you use for Facebook, Instagram, or even Amazon. I recommend setting up a new email account on ProtonMail, as I have found this to be the best for handling the type of security you want for your cryptocurrency trading. All right, now that we've secured your computer, let's talk about your phone, because you will use your phone a lot when investing in cryptocurrency. Tip number 8 is to put a password on your phone and your phone account. If your phone is ever stolen or lost, you will have that extra layer of added security that will prevent unauthorized access to your important information. Also, make sure that you set a passphrase with your mobile provider. This way, scammers can't access your mobile account without first giving your mobile provider the passphrase to get any information. Tip number 9 is to install two-factor authentication applications on your mobile device, and the two I recommend are Authy and Google Authenticator. Both can be found in the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. What this does is whenever you log into your new crypto email account, exchange, or other crypto related software accounts, you want to have that extra layer of security set. And having two-factor authentication set will ensure that not only will you have to type in your login and password to access your accounts, but you will also have to enter in a passcode that is generated by the two-factor authentication app on your phone, and this code changes every 20 seconds. Authy is used by most of the programs and exchanges you will use, but some use Google Authenticator, so that is why I recommend installing both on your phone. Okay, now that we've secured your computer and your phone, let's go over to the crypto world and talk about how to stay secure there. Tip number 10 is to research the exchanges you want to use to buy crypto. Now, there are numerous exchanges out there, and you do want to make sure you are using the best one for you. I have a list of exchanges that I recommend in the description below, but you do your own research and find one that works best for your situation. Now, once you find an exchange, bookmark that URL so you don't fall victim to a phishing scam, which is where people will send you to a URL in exchange that looks legit, but upon closer inspection, one or two letters are off and you are going to a site where people can steal your information. And tip number 11 is to learn everything you can about that exchange. Each exchange has many security measures to help you be as secure as possible, so use these features. Learn how to set up the two-factor authentication, how to set up APIs if you are going to connect to a trading manager or other exchanges, and how to whitelist IP addresses of wallets you are going to use. And I can't stress this enough, learn how to transfer your crypto from one exchange to another or to a wallet to hold your crypto. One of the easiest ways to lose your crypto is to transfer your coins using the wrong address. And trust me, I learned this the hard way. One time I wanted to transfer some of my USDC coins from Coinbase to my Binance account. However, instead of putting in a USDC address, I used a USDT address and I lost my crypto. But thankfully, I followed my own advice, which is when you first get started, transfer or withdraw a small amount, just until you get comfortable with how withdrawals, deposits, and transfers work. Number 12 is do not keep your crypto on an exchange unless you are actively trading that crypto. Once you buy crypto, you have to store it, and you can store it on an exchange or in a digital wallet, or an offline wallet, which is also known as a cold wallet. Many exchanges like KuCoin, Binance, and Coinbase are what's known as custodial exchanges. And simply this just means that they are in possession of crypto, they are the custodians of your coins. And although these exchanges are widely used and accepted, you are still at risk because they are still vulnerable to hacks, website crashes, maintenance, and the like. That's why you might want to consider moving your crypto to a wallet, specifically a cold hardware wallet, because they are the most secure way to hold your coins. The two most popular hardware wallets are Trezor and Ledger, and these are a great place to hold large amounts of your cryptocurrency, especially if you don't need access to it immediately, because hardware wallets cannot really be hacked. But again, do your own research and find which hardware wallet works for you. Tip number 14 is to diversify. When you first get started, it's perfectly fine to use one exchange and one place to store your cryptocurrency. But as your investments hopefully start to grow and you accumulate more crypto assets, you will want to consider diversifying how you invest and manage your crypto. Consider using multiple exchanges to trade your coins. There are plenty out there like KuCoin, Binance, and Coinbase. You also might want to consider storing some of your crypto on a hard wallet and some on a crypto savings platform where you can earn interest on your cryptocurrency, as well as another digital wallet. The point is, diversifying will help protect losing all of your assets should one of the programs you use fall victim to hackers. Tip number 15 is probably the most important tip, and that is do not invest more than you can afford to lose. Investing in cryptocurrency can be a lot of fun and lucrative, but there is also a lot to learn, and it's easy to lose money because of human error or digital theft. Cryptocurrency is all the rage at the moment, but it's still in its infancy. Investing in this market comes with its own challenges, so be prepared. And if you are new, you want to start slowly and invest conservatively. That's a hard word to say. You also have to be prepared for the ups and downs of the crypto market because it's a volatile market and you could potentially lose all of your money. Remember, if you plan to invest, do your research and take the time to learn about all of these important factors, especially when it comes to keeping your investments safe. If you have any security tips that I missed, please leave a comment below and let me know what they are. Also, if you found this video valuable, please smash that like button as it really helps the YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my weekly videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.